Today on Dr. Did You Know? Did you know that we now have a single AOI block available for Allen Bradley PLCs that can control our entire single axis product line? That includes the trans servos, the AC servo flips, and the linear motor phaser products. We even include free panel view templates for you to use in your programming. Yeah, we do. So what's the difference between using the library versus the single AOI? It's really personal preference. So if you like flexibility and controllability, or sometimes I use the term programming your way out of a corner,
got a bad feeling about this.
You may want to stick with the library AOIs, all of these. However, if you want simplicity, or maybe you want to save on programming time, consider using the single AOI. Let me show you some features of the single AOI. Okay, so here we are on the software side of things, and here you can see the AOI block that we're using now. And the AOI block basically just imports into a Rockwell PLC, and it's just enabled the entire time. There's no need for logic here that needs to be added. And we have basically just an emulation of the panel view running on our computer here. So we can do servo on, servo off, and if we go into auto mode, the actuator basically runs to 3 different positions in here. So we have 2 modes of operation. We have point mode, which this is indicated by the mode select. And then down here there's ladder logic that's running just a standard state machine. So depending if we're in mode 0, which is move the actuator by points. So we just move to point 1, point 2, point 2 here, and point 3 here, and we start over. Okay? So that's kind of how you would run the automatic feature of the block. So basically we would be in mode 0, and we would be in auto mode, and then we would just then move a point value into this move point position here. Okay? So then another way that you can actually run the block is you can run it in what's called absolute mode. So if we change the mode here to a mode 1, that indicates that we want to do an absolute feature. We can now use these 2 input parameters here where we're actually given it a millimeter value and a speed value here. So rather than having to pre-teach a point, we can go ahead and command the block to different absolute features. Now in this example, I have auto mode, which is basically running through different motions here, and that's quite noisy, but I'll just show you here. So when we're in mode 1, we basically are now using this little branch here where we're in mode 1. Let's move a 500 into the absolute command and move a 250 in there and move a 0 in there, should be the last one, and we recycle over basically on that. Okay, so that's just kind of a basic tour of how the single AOI block works. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. Give us a call if you have more questions. Log in to myyrg.com if you have an account, and go ahead and download the new single AOI. Hope you enjoy it. Catch you next time.